Hello and welcome back to another Coco's Thoughts episode. It is 4:10 Monday instead of Sunday due to Easter, and hopefully you had a good week for the first week of April. And if you celebrated it, hope you had a good Easter. I don't really care too much for Easter, but it's very good, at least as a single dude, to get a decent amount of leftovers from their parents slash I don't know. What are aunts and uncles? They're not. I guess just relatives. But yeah, I got a decent amount of stuff from relatives. I got some banana cream pie. Got apple pie, and luckily have some vanilla. I think it's vanilla bean ice cream to have with that. Whatever I want to. Got some hash browns. Polish. They made some Polish sausage together, and I think it's like pretty good right now. They've done it like last year as well, but it didn't really taste that good. It was kind of like over. It was just like overkill on the salt. But the current iteration, hopefully, they remember how they made it. Is not that bad. Can actually like kind of taste the freaking meat itself instead of the seasonings. But yeah, hopefully everything's going well. But my usual rant on drivers. Probably drove 30-ish minutes over to their place to have the, I don't know, like lunch slash dinner. And freaking drive. I don't understand. Why can't we just get trains, man? I just want some. I really need trains right now. Like, for whatever reason, it was a freaking 35, and somebody was like riding my rear, and my freaking. It's not very like new car. It's kind of like, what is it? Almost like an antique at this point. It's probably like like a year away from being like an antique or something, and then like having like a permanent tag on it. I think that's what you get if it's old, if your car is old enough. But yeah, it's just drivers are insane, and also I don't know why somebody's, well, not really somebody, but people have been stealing like the little, apparently there's like an air pump connection to your tire, and people have been stealing that for whatever reason. And it's like I really have to like at least put air in like my front left tire because it looks like a little bit flat. But apparently people are like stealing attachments to the freaking air pumps, so that's annoying. And then also drivers themselves are annoying. Like there was a this morning I was going to work, and of course, it's like the day after Easter, so I guess everybody forgot how to drive again. It just like everything just reset in people's brains, and the road was just absolutely just filled with cars. Well, I mean that's how roads would normally be, but this time it's just a little bit overkill because they were like in the middle of the intersection for no reason. I don't even think that there was like an accident. And there were people using, like, this is like a four-way intersection, and you have like a lane turning left, a lane going straight, and a lane turning right. Like people would go into the left turning lane and swoop over the lane that's going straight and the lane that's supposed to be turning right, just to, I don't know, get out of like a traffic jam or something. And also there were like people that were supposed to go straight, and they had the right of way, but they would allow like four trucks to go first from the other side, and they had a red light, and I just don't understand freaking traffic anymore. It's like the lights are just a recommendation for what you're supposed to be doing. But if it's red, you can actually just drive however you like, apparently, today. And I don't know. At least for like another topic, it I guess it might, I don't know, maybe like a few people. Why are syrup and condiment containers not all see through? Like syrup containers, you can see through like most of them. I'm pretty sure that none of them like have a I don't know, a plastic outer coating that you can't like see through. But then like I don't know, like mustard, I don't know, chocolate syrup, I don't know, strawberry syrup, those type of things. For whatever reason, like I don't know, like a brand name like her would be like Hershey's, maybe Hershey's like chocolate syrup. Like, why can't they make a see through container for that? Like, I feel like there's probably a ton of people who don't get all the chocolate syrup out of these containers, and they maybe just like, oh, have I've been holding the syrup container upside down for a second, and I'm not getting any chocolate syrup out of it, so I guess I'll just like throw it away or something. But in actuality, there's probably like a bunch of it, kind of like a little bit below the dispenser part, all just like stuck in there, and you just have to like scoop it out or something. I wonder if there's like a trick to get it out somehow. It's probably a thing I should look up. I don't understand why all these containers can't just be like see through, and you could just see how much you have left. Like I don't know, Heinz ketchup. You can at least like see how much is in there. If you have to, you can like unscrew the lid very easily and freaking tap the condiment container and freaking get whatever's left over out of it. I, I don't understand who decided for these containers to not be see through or just or in other words, try translucent. I don't understand it. Also, this even though I'm already 7 minutes in, this episode's probably gonna be like pretty brief for like topics because I'm mostly just probably gonna cover the anime that I'm watching because it's quite a bit. You see, it's like one, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 animes I'm currently watching. So I and also I think I'm leaving out probably like three more. I feel like that I don't know. It might be like a little bit too much. But but anyways, moving on to the next topic here. Dark and Darker playtest. Since it is April and it is apparently I don't know 4 days from now, hopefully. I don't know what I don't know if Iron Mace has ever changed it since this Steam apparently all I could find was just like a Steam discussion board and an IGN post. But hopefully the playtest will be either on the 14th or the 19th. Well, the 14th to the 19th or 19th to the 21st. Those are like the three dates that I can find. But I don't know. Hopefully they're ready for it, and hopefully we actually get something. Because I wouldn't mind an actual game to play besides League at the moment. I'm kind of tired of League. The only thing I play is like a freaking ARM a day, or maybe TFT. But yeah, hopefully Darker Darker adds like two more classes. I'm really hoping for a bard cleric. Well, not that cleric. A bard druid, maybe. Yeah, but I just I feel like they should at least add like one more class, and hopefully, like above all, I want druid in. I think Druid would be a very unique class, and it'd probably be fun to play with because it's like a multi-class hybrid, able to heal slash support, able to attack and tank like a barbarian, and hopefully they readjust the barbarian so I'm not just getting a one shot headshot with like a gray quality axe while I'm like in a full set of decent. What did I have? I think I had like purples at one point or blues. I would like to not get one shot headshot. And also, they'll bring skill trees to the game too. I wonder what those will be or what it'll have. I'm sure it's probably just gonna be like percent damage for certain types of weapons, and then maybe like some minor buffs to movement speed, maybe even like item switching. I wonder if they'll do like a increased spell capacity for wizards. Considering that wizards can like regenerate their spell capacity, I don't think it's really needed. Actually, maybe they'll add like another projectile to like magical missiles, magic missiles, or what else is there? Maybe like increase burn time for ignite and fireball, or increase the AOE for those spells. I don't know, something to mix up the wizard meta of just having what is it, magic missiles, fireball, haste, invisibility. I can't remember the last spell that they would normally use. I don't know. And then for cleric, I don't really know what cleric needs. So I think cleric is like pretty, I would say balanced as it is. Last time I played it, I mean, you could do like a drunk melee build. You're very good support. I would like a way for resurrection to be easier to use or less like you're building yourself around resurrection instead of it's just being like an optional spell that requires like a little bit of sacrifice, not a whole lot. Um, Hopefully Rogue gets a little bit of a buff, but not too much. I don't want a bunch of people just being invisible and then assassinating me in like 2 seconds. But unless they're like fully equipped with like purples or something, and in that case, that's just how it works. You have to have a ranger in your team, otherwise you're just gonna get assassinated if they do get buffed. And I'm pretty sure even without that, I mean, rogues can like kind of work. I mean, you just have to get like a magical damage set, and you can kind of do decent amount of damage. I'm sure there's some like compilations of rogue builds that work really well. And then what else? Nerfs to barbarian, just like a little bit. He can keep like his high HP, but he can't have that much damage output. He has to at least like swing his axe twice instead of just once. And maybe more weapons added. That'd be cool. I don't really know who needs more weapons though. I would say like one per class. And that's all I can think about for Dark and Darker. I don't know if they've teased anything. I haven't seen anything from the Reddit that I follow about Dark and Darker. Nor have I seen anything recommended to me on YouTube, even though I did watch some Dark and Darker clips and stuff like that. So I'm kind of in the dark. But hopefully it's good. Mm. Ooh, maybe even like another. I think it. Yeah, I think it's too early for another app. Maybe like an addition to the main map, and also player housing too. I wonder if they're gonna do any of that. But I would like an addition to like the main map to like kind of like mix things up. I would like it if they I don't think they should have like another floor, but maybe some like random generation. I don't know. I think it's too early for the game right now. And then like I don't know. Besides that, hopefully the game is also affordable and they don't decide to make it extremely expensive. I think it should be around probably $30 to $20, but it's about all I can think of for Dark and Dark right now. So yeah, I can move on to the freaking anime segment. So starting off with the anime that I have, I got Kami Sekai, Kaminaki Sekai. I didn't write the whole name, of course. Uh, they didn't really play an intro really to the anime. I was trying to like format it like intro, outro, and then like a little bit of content about the anime episode itself. But the intro, outro, but I mean the outro because that's like the only thing that they played. It was okay, not too memorable, and I don't remember it because I freaking watched it yesterday when I wrote all these notes for it. But I don't know, going over the show itself, it's funny. The Yukito being unconscious and his liver being touched by Aru, Raru. I'm just gonna abbreviate to her to Aru because that's a little bit too much for me. That's pretty funny. I think Aru is kind of I don't know her character. I feel like she's kind of like a mold of Anna from Shinometa or Shinoneta. I don't know how to freaking say it. And she's kind of like a deviant on like the same level as Anna. Uh, it was interesting. There's not really too many isekais, I would say, where the main character doesn't really have any power besides one other one in this list. But that was interesting. He kind of did like really basic village things starting out. Mm. I saw like a some people complain about the CGI monster, and I kind of don't see what there is to complain about because I mean that thing is actually scary to see. And another thing too, they didn't really say what happened to the monster afterwards. Because all they did was just like kind of take it, like misguided it away from the village. I don't think they really attacked it. At least I don't remember that. And I was really thinking whenever Yukito found the dead rabbit and Roy and Aru were like behind him, they would have like done like an interesting twist to the show. But I guess not. I guess the real twist was the end of life system. Like society itself is just like a very obvious like dystopia. Just because the things that the state decided its people could not consume within the freaking what was it? I think it was like I think they just like went to like a bookstore that the city itself frowned upon. Uh, Mitama, the introduction of her was pretty good. The very visually appealing. I don't know why she came out of the sun though, and why the sun was very close to the planet. Just considering how things are in real life, you know, the planets orbit around the sun instead of the other way around. But I don't know. I think I'm thinking a little bit too hard for an isekai. Uh, I'm really wondering what happened to the guards whenever Mitama kind of, what is it, like sent out roots that had like hands on the end of them. I kind of wonder what happened to them. And other than that, I mean, it was like an okay starter episode. I feel like it could have been better if it was an hour long episode. Because to be honest, it didn't really establish too much. I mean, besides like the end of life system and the introduction of like one of the bad guys, it didn't really do too much. But I don't know. I still have hope for this episode. Well, this anime. I think it'll be good. And now we have Cafe Terrace. Whoops, I freaking typed in the number incorrectly. Cafe Terrace. You got a very interesting start to the show. To be honest, it has been a little bit since I've watched, like, well, not really watched, but read the first few chapters of the manga. So I can't really remember too much specifically of what happens. But and regardless, an interesting start. It's very dumb for. Did I not? Oh, never mind. I do have his name. It's really stupid that Hayato was gonna convert the house into a parking lot. I feel like if this was if he did like follow this path and make the cafe into a parking lot, and then the show ends there. I feel like he could have chose something better to destroy the building and make it into like something else. I feel like he could have done like a rental property and probably would make more money than a parking lot. Because I'm pretty sure the cafe is like nearly like beachfront property almost, or probably count as beachfront property. Uh, what Riho did to Ono, who I think Ono is probably the one that I like the most out of the four girls. What they did to Ono was absolutely disgusting. But I mean, Riho was just really trying to keep the cafe, I guess. But I don't know. Besides that, the animations, I think it's like all right. I feel like this anime season's main focus is the freaking eyes. I feel like the eyes for Goddess Cafe Terrace are like really good. Because to be honest, hair just I don't know. I feel like hair's like kind of lame at this point. There's only like so much people really do with hair and anime and manga now. I feel like, and now the focus is on like other facial features like the eyes, or maybe even like the chin and the face. Is like another anime this list does. But yeah, that's about it for Goddess Cafe Terrence. Other than that, now you have Rokudo no onna-tachi. Me, let me timestamp it. And then this one really good with the art style. I'm really glad that they went the way they did instead of going to the standard. I don't know what is it, like a triangle chin, and then like kind of, well, not really triangle chin, but the teardrop face style that most other animes use. I'm glad they decided to go unique and make it kind of look like an animated manga, like literally. I think the intro is all right. I think it probably has. I probably have to like listen to it to a few more times before I can actually kind of remember it and listen to it myself. I think it's okay. The outro I think is really good. I didn't listen to anything else. I think it was something with like the beat. I need to look up I need to look up genres of music so I have a reference. Um, Tosuke's friends are good. I mean, it's kind of what I don't know. I remember reading that they're pretty nice to him compared to all the other people. The introduction of Rana to Tosuke, it looked really nasty being animated with Rana's bloody hands, and Tosuke probably has a blood related disease now because of Rana, and also that looks really nasty. But yeah, it was really well animated. I really wish they would have shown more with the death scene with Rana when she clocked what what's the name for the I forget the name of the dude. I guess I'll just call him like Conehead. Whenever Rana hit Conehead in the head with the desk. I wish they would have shown more than that because I mean they've already shown blood already. It would have been interesting to see it. I don't know, but that's all I have for that. I guess now I'll go on to One Hit Kill Sister. So One Hit Kill Sister, Asahi getting crushed by a car. I mean, I don't know. Compared to other isekais, they at least like made him go out well. It with at least like him doing something good instead of like doing something nasty like peeing themselves or what else is there? Just dying like some other nasty way or something stupid. It was weird to see Asahi sell his phone for whatever reason whenever he got a isekai because I would think normally like the phone would probably give him some benefits, but I don't know. I don't really understand it. Oh, the fighting animation with the I think it was a wyvern was pretty good. Seeing that, I think they most definitely like hand drawn every scene instead of relying on CGI. So that's pretty good. Uh, it's interesting to see his the way that Maya gets isekai is basically she just like freaking beats her head in at the hospital right next to Asahi just to show her undying love for her brother. And it'd be really unfortunate if Maya somehow dies due to her freaking self concussion within the hospital somehow. And I have a freaking note reading real quick. I feel like it's a I don't know. This kind of feels like a I don't know. Is Sword Art Online at Isekai? I mean, like Kirito, and same way with like Asahi, they both kind of go into another world. Well, for like Kirito, it's a game, but for Asahi, he just like actually goes into a fantasy world. Is it similar? And also, they're both like a lot. I mean, the similarities to like both shows are like both alive in the real world. Kirito's like in a hospital. I'm pretty sure, kind of with the game console on his head. And I mean, Asahi is still able to talk within the real world for whatever reason. So I feel like they're like kind of similar. But How I wonder if they'll ever introduce like classes to the show or something. I bet Asahi would probably be like a trickster, and he could just have his sister cast spells for him or something. And the next show is Otonari no Niginga. I should just freaking put out the English ones. I'm pretty sure it's like the galaxy in your eyes. The intro is pretty good. A nice amount of like purples. I mean blues, pinks, and purples. Very comfortable. I feel like this will probably be like the what is it? Sufuki no Uto? For no Uto? Call the Night. I feel like this show will probably take that spot. I think this will probably be like the last show that I watch like every night, depending on what night it comes out. It's a very nice show to watch, at night. Um, oh, I don't know, one thing that happened in the show. They were like microwaving, I think like rice balls or something. And I'm wondering, can people actually microwave stuff in like plastic bags? I don't really understand that. But I don't know. I feel like the main character, which unfortunately I did not write his freaking name, but it's nice that the main character, after his father passing, to want to send his little brother and sister to college. And also the just like the Cafe Terrace, was it Hayato? Luckily, this MC in this Galaxy show, he also inherited a decent amount of property, which I'm surprised he's not able to just live off the rent of the tenants. I think that's like pretty interesting. I'm surprised he didn't like go that route, but I guess it would be more boring than developing a manga with uh, a princess or whatever. Um, Let me see. The Stinger is an interesting twist, I guess, for an alien. I I really wonder like what else they could have gone with besides like a stinger. That's kind of weird that he's like pricked himself with the stinger and somehow they're just like connected. I don't know. I'm sure he'll probably get more development later on. But also, I saw some comments about the episode saying that the little chat. Let me just pull up the names real quick on my phone. Let me see. They said that the conversation between it's loading. Uh, Shiori and Ichiro was AI generated, or it was just like really awkward. And I don't think they. I feel like they could make a connection or make a defense. Oh, let me make sure I got the name right. I think it's Ichiro. Uh, Shiori is a was it Princess Alien? Ah, freaking, I didn't list it, of course. Of course, in it, there's nothing on the freaking main site. I have to Google more. But anyways, Shiori is just an alien princess, right? You wouldn't really expect her to, I don't know, speak any other way than she did in the episode, because I don't know, like the real only I don't know the only connection that she really had to other people besides the people that were on the island were the manga that her grandma had, and I feel like it kind of makes sense that she would come across like AI generated, it's because the only like connection to romance that she has, or just like talking to, I guess, a boy, or just like a human boy, is all she had was just like manga to read. So she kind of like developed how she talks through the manga to Ichiro. But I don't know. Some people say it was awkward. I mean, I think it fits the character, and it's kind of interesting that she isn't just like gung ho on the whole marriage part. Besides the, she kind of like defies the traditions of her people by not marrying immediately because Ichiro touched her stinger. But I don't know. Maybe this will develop into something like what is it? Freaking Tonikaku Kawaii, I think it's called. And probably just, yeah, Tonikaku Kawaii. They'll probably just develop into something like that. They don't really know each other at first, then they just like slowly learn how each other act and stuff like that. I'm sure it's probably gonna develop something like that, but it's just based around this duo creating manga together. And then also at the very end, it was kind of interesting that the just a side note, that the orange juice container had Italian flag colors. But and regardless of that, I think it'll be a pretty good anime as it develops. Going on to the next one is Boku no Kokoro no Yabai Yatsu. This one is the one about the kid with the bang covering his eye, and he's really cringy. Uh, the way Kyotaro gets upset for Yamada is pretty good. The way that they animated that. Kyotaro is like another. I don't. I think I'm really set on it. I really feel like the freaking eyes are gonna be how I identify each of these freaking anime now. Something random. Because this dude has like he has the pupil and he has like a little circle around it, and then other ones it's there's like no pupil or no like really identified pupil. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. Just moving on. Freaking Yamada and Kyotaro acting like a cat was like the best thing I've ever seen animated, and they get like 10 out of 10 voice acting for that while they were trying to help break the ice with two people in their class that were trying to get together within the library. It was very nice of them. Yamada sacrificing his bike. Well, not Yamada. Freaking Kyotaro sacrificing his bike for to kind of I don't know what you say, protect Yamada, I guess, but not really. Out of her like awkward situation with the dude being a little bit too aggressive for her phone number. And it was another thing that's interesting here. I wonder if in the whenever they got the bike out, did they like fix it or something? I can't remember. But anyways, in episode two, I feel like the voice actor for Yamada is like the same as Usha from Summertime Rendering. I don't know why. I feel like they're like extremely similar, and they sound like nearly the same. Um, And of course, having Yamada's family name on the prison, well, not the prison, the graveyard picture is gonna get everybody like turned against him for whatever reason, even though it doesn't really make any sense. And it's kind of crazy that he put his own family name on the tombstone. Uh, it's very nice how they animated all the bashful interactions between Yamada and Kyotaro, and the map scene is. I think the map scene was like probably like one of the better scenes within the anime so far. Even there's not very much because I'm surprised they didn't like show like the full picture because it seemed like they kind of drew everything out already while it was doing like a wide pan where Yamada and Kyotaro were like walking up to the picture that I assume that he did. I'm surprised they didn't really like showcase it a little bit more. I don't know. But yeah, it was cool to. I don't know. It was, I don't know. It was a little bit cute to see their freaking. I don't know. He got touched by Yamada's pinky, and all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, this is like the high point of his life already." It's kind of funny. I watched. Let me. I watched Tonikaku Kawaii. The intro sounds like it's something I would hear from a Vocaloid. I can't really remember it because I only watched. I skip through like every intro of every anime because I feel like it just like spoils something or just like exposes a plot point, and I'd rather not see it. But I don't know. It sounded like something that was made from a Vocaloid. I made the connection within my notes that this in the Galaxy show, the characters, I don't know, they kind of get married like as soon as they see each other, which is like I don't know, kind of interesting. That's happening twice, and during the movie date with Nasa and Tsukasa, I don't understand why they both decide. I don't know if it's like a writer thing or maybe it's a Japanese thing, but I don't understand why they didn't get the drinks and the popcorn before sitting down within the movie theater. Yeah, that didn't really make any sense. Uh, it's kind of funny that NASA he doesn't even like own anything, and he's kind of living with friends right now. But the dude just really wants to spend money to see Sukasa in a wedding dress, which I'm pretty sure they I feel like they did it in the first season. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure they did. Or maybe it's like another anime that I'm thinking of. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he's already seen that, and it's kind of crazy. This dude really wants to spend $70,000 just to see it happen. And I don't know. I made another note about it being one of the few shows that actually get past the kissing part and actually continue to develop a story. And then moving on to the next anime, Yamada-kun level 99. I think this is like one of the very few shoujo manga, well, shoujo animes that I've ever seen. And the main character's name is Yamada, and I think there are two other shows that have Yamada as the main character's name. Right? You have uh Boku no Kokoro no Yabayatsu. Yamada's the girl's name. Yamada-kun, level 99. The male's name is. Well, I mean, they're going by last name, but this dude's last name is Yamada. I feel like there's one more. I'd have to see. But, anyways. The only personally like the only other shojo animes that I've ever seen were a story about a senior who annoys his junior, and I think it's Mashima Iramakun, and then the last one's My Little Monster that I watched like ages ago. Uh, did I not write the main girl's name? Oh my god, I did not write her name, of course. Let me Google it real quick. Um, Frick. Unprepared. Akane. It's unfortunate that Akane freaking had her boyfriend break up with her for whatever reason within the game just because he found another girl. That's kind of unusual. I don't really understand that. I feel like it's kind of like if it were to happen like within a game that I play, like League of Legends, it's like an ADC main finding a better support main and then breaking up with his girlfriend just to be with another support, something like that. Um, the rage typing scene was very good. Although I didn't really read, couldn't really read everything, but I think the face of the end was pretty funny. Um, it was interesting that she when she went to the live gathering for the game, I don't know what you call it, meetup or something. It's kind of interesting. They had like a Cinderella reference with her shoe coming off. I feel like, or maybe I'm just like reading into it a little bit too much. But I'm thinking there was like a little bit of a Cinderella influence on that scene. Uh, I think the music is pretty good. During that scene where Yamada and Akane were confronting her ex and his new girlfriend. It was interesting to see Yamada, even though he's I don't know, I guess a neat uh bring band-aids for Akane. It's pretty interesting because I don't know, she was like pretty down the dumps after that whole interaction with him, and then the oh, I didn't freaking format it correctly. The outro was pretty good, even though there was like no translation for it. I couldn't really understand what the dude was singing. I think it was pretty good, at least the music itself. Um, Episode 2 of Yamada-kun level 99. It was nice of it was good to see that Yamada didn't abuse Akane, even though she was like completely like blackout drunk. I bet Hime. I wonder if they'll like show her IRL, but I think it'd be really funny if she's like some just like a really obese dude or something. I think it'd be like a funny twist. Mm. Also, it was very brutal within the train scene later on in the episode with Yamada just denying a girl's confession because he doesn't understand it. And also, Momo is literally the best friend that Akane could ever have. And moving on to Mashle. Uh, it's kind of exactly what I expected to be, like a Harry Potter meets One Punch Man type of anime. It's nice to see them using magic wands instead of just casting spells with their hands or whatever. And I can't think of like any other fantasy slash isekai that people have to use wands in order to cast spells. That was cool. And also it was funny to see Mash just use his fist just to dispel magic. And I wonder if he'll be able to reverse magic and kind of be able to cast it in a way. I don't know that he gets like a hold of the whatever magic was like cast at him or whatever spell was cast at him, and he's able to just like reverse it back at the caster. I don't know. Moving on. I don't know. Yeah, just moving on. You have Isekai Shoukan wa Nendome Desu, I think. One of the trash isekais this season. The monsters look alright. The armored dudes that were, I don't know. I guess I don't know, going berserk. I forget the condition that they said that they were under. On rest in peace, all the freaking pole arm frontliners that literally died for no reason. They could have very easily had the, what would you call them, like heroes or something, just go in and just kill all the monsters, but instead they just have to sacrifice all these frontliners in the military. It's kind of stupid. My bad. Drink water. Uh, the butt slap was really stupid. Man, I did. Oh my god, I again freaking forgot to write names. I found it kind of weird that I feel like the show, they're kind of like on episode 11. I feel like, or the show's like in reverse because for whatever reason they established all the three characters. Was it like the, I don't know, female spellcaster, the Witcher, not the Witcher, the, I don't know how to, I don't know the ranks of the military that they have within the isekai, but they basically just like established the three characters being ones that he's already talked to before in like a past life or whatever before he was reborn, and then they kind of just like, oh, you know, here's all these characters, but we're actually not gonna give them more screen time because they have to like defend the city because he has to like, the main character has to go fight the final battle before actually like telling any story. I don't really understand it. I thought Yuhi was gonna go with the main character, but even Yuhi gets left behind, who's like his childhood friend or something. It didn't really make any sense. I'm hoping that actually they don't just have like the final fight or whatever, but I don't know, just like my freaking podcast, the show doesn't really establish a story at all. I mean, but besides like the MC fighting let me just get the dude's name real quick. Um, wait, maybe is this a sequel? Maybe that's why I don't understand it. Oh my gosh, of course my phone is loading super slow right now. No, never mind. That's just the cover of the light novel. But they like established Setsu's past and all that of his like past life, and then they introduced Iruka, and oh my gosh, of course the other characters are not shown in the first page. They show Iruka, Grain, and Tia as like people that he's seen in his former life. And they show Yuhi like they kind of make her seem like she's supposed to be part of the main party because Satsu is like interested in her magical power because she was able to cast like the flame spell better than other people, I guess. But then he kind of just like throws it all aside and just says, "I'm just gonna go fight the final boss." I don't know. I feel like it's missing something, but I don't know. Moving on to Isekai de cheat skill. Isekai de cheat skill. This anime is really good with the faces or the eyes rather. Again, the MCs. Let me see. Oh, Yuya. Yuya's kind of I don't know what you call it. His fat arc. It looked insanely freaking ugly. So the animators or I don't know, the manga did a really good job with that. Uh it's kind of funny that his father talked a lot about going in between worlds and bringing stuff back. And I don't know, maybe later they'll discuss a little bit more about that on how his what his grandpa did in the other world, and maybe they establish like a little bit more information about that. Maybe with the princess that they save in the second episode. But it's kind of weird that he kind of just like remembers that, and it's like, oh, I can go into another world now, and it's interesting how the concept that they have within the show that he can sell objects within the isekai world and sell them for in real life currency. It's kind of interesting too that he, as he leveled up, for whatever reason, I guess I don't know, his cells kind of adjusted to the isekai world stats or something. I'm assuming is the logic for that. Um, I know that's about it for episode one that I have listed. And then episode two, it's interesting to see another interesting deviation away from just having hair being colored one way with Hyodo, I think, having just Just some freaking sky blue highlights in her hair. It's cool. The Yuya's edgy armor actually doesn't look that bad, surprisingly. And the CGI that they mixed in with the fight scene with what was it like? I'm assuming it was just like a goblin that they were facing off with. It actually didn't look that bad, surprisingly. And apparently this the people that animated this show also did Berserk 2016. I also have it listed that it kind of reminds me of Ruby. But I didn't really watch Ruby too much. I don't know, it reminds me of it. And yeah, that's about it for that I have for freaking anime review. I know, in conclusion, I think to be honest, this was I'm obviously doing this all in like a one shot, but I feel like I should probably just like wait out the season and then like review it after it's already all done. Because man, reviewing episode by episode, there's not very much to freaking talk about. I don't know why I decided to do this. I feel like it would have been interesting probably to like have a discussion about it, but I feel like it's this type of commentary is probably better suited for watching a bunch of episodes and then going and picking out what was really interesting. Because I'm almost like retelling what happens. So I think in the future maybe I'll just have half the episode to watch, and then I don't know, once like 6 episodes are out or something, I'll review it and discuss like what I liked from like the first like 6 episodes, and then I'll go from like 6 to the finale, which should be like I don't know 12 or 13 episodes, depending on what. And then like the meantime, I'll review like a personal anime that I've watched or a movie. If you have any recommendations on what I should do, tell me in the comments if you're watching to this point. If you have watched this point, thank you for listening. But yeah, if you have anything that I should improve on, I would like to know. But other than that, have a good week and catch you next. I don't know if I should start doing this on Monday or not, but I might. But yeah, catch you next Sunday night or Monday afternoon, whenever I decide to record. Peace.